Good evening and welcome to live coverage off tube commentary of the final Group E game. The two games with us today that we are covering is Costa Rica versus Germany. We have live commentary of that game, off tube commentary. I will be commentating on that game and I'll have Luke Turton alongside with me to provide some expert analysis. Ross Vernon is covering Japan versus Spain and he will be providing updates throughout the evening. So for the time being, let's get some early team news from that game. Japan versus Spain. Ross Vernon.
Yes, thank you very much, Paul. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the coverage of the game between Japan versus Spain, which I'll be bringing you regular updates of throughout the evening. I'll start off with the team list. For Japan is Gondo in goal, Ikatora, Yoshida, and Tanguy across the back. Ito, Morita, Tanka, and Nagamoto in midfield. And then up front is Kamada, Maeda, and Kubo, who leads the line. As for Spain, they've got Unai Simon between the sticks, Cesar Azpilicueta, Rodri, Pau Torres, and Alejandro Balde across the back. Javi, Busquets, and Pedri in the midfield. Nico Williams, Alvaro Morata, and Dani Olmo lead the line. Some familiar names on the bench for Spain in Robert Sanchez, David Raya, Carval, Laporte, Alba, Garcia, Llorente, Pino, Koke, Torres, Saba, Fati, and Asensio. Few key names on the bench that you probably recognise playing in the Premier League for Japan as well. Takumi Minamino, formerly of Liverpool. Tomiyasu, who plays for Arsenal, amongst those who's on the bench for Japan this evening. It's Japan against Spain. Updates throughout the evening's coverage.
Thank you very much, Ross, for that. And we'll just turn our attentions to the live game, Costa Rica versus Germany. We'll start with the team lineups here, starting with Costa Rica, who are managed by Luis Fernando Suarez. They have Keylor Navas in goal. He's the captain. Juan Vargas, Keisha Fuller, Oscar Duarte, Brian Ovadio, Kendall Watson, Celso Borges, Joel Campbell, Yeltsin Tejada, named Yeltsin after the former Russian President Boris Yeltsin. Brandon Aguilera and Johan Venegas makes up Costa Rica's lineup. For Germany, who are managed by Hansi Flick, they have Manuel Neuer in goal. He's the captain. Antonio Rudiger, David Raum, Joshua Kimmich, Nicolas Sula, Leon Goretzka, Serge Gnabry, Jamal Musiala, Leroy Sane, Ilkay Gundogan, and Thomas Müller. For Germany, they will be playing a 4-3-1 system with Müller in the number 9 position. For Costa Rica, it is 5-4-1. A draw may be enough for them if Spain beat Japan. And I'd just like to get some thoughts on this game by Luke Turton. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised with the lineup from Germany to start off with. I mean, I'd have thought they'd have played that Fulkrug up front, seeing he was effective when he came on in the last game. And I think the other thing that surprised me a bit is Germany haven't really got a second informed centre back to partner Rudiger. So, I mean, yeah, I think all in all, I think Germany probably will still have enough to win it, but at the minute the side is leaving a lot of questions. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's true. You're definitely correct about the second centre back there. Sula has definitely not been really effective in this World Cup. Looking at the Costa Rican side, Luke, 5-4-1. A draw may be enough, but the gambling on Spain beating Japan.
I think to be honest, it's a bit smart from Costa Rica. They've put wing backs in to probably hold back Gnabry and Sane, but also they've got pace with Joel Campbell, Brandon Aguilera, and then I'm not quite sure whether Venegas is quick, but um, they can counter on. That's probably what they're going to do for most of the game. So I think it's smart they've packed that kind of area in front of the goal, but we'll have to see if it turns out that way, Paul.
All right. Just before I bring in Russ on his views on this game, what I want to do is just explain to you the math involved in this as to who needs what in order to qualify. Germany need to win, and they need Japan to either lose or draw. If Japan do draw and Germany win, Germany will need to win by two clear goals. Costa Rica need a win to qualify. That will be enough for them. Japan, they can afford a draw if Japan lose. So perhaps that's why the heavy on the back line there for Costa Rica. Ross, I'm interested in hearing your views for this game.
Yes, well, for me, Paul, we were just speaking off air regarding some of the Germany lineup. Regarding the Germany lineup, and I was saying for me, I've not been impressed by Antonio Rudiger in the first few games for Germany, so I'd probably took him out of this game. Obviously, Schlotterbeck has not done that well, so I'd fetched in Southampton's Bella Kocha into the side, but you said different off air, which was good. You different opinions and everything, but I think Germany will probably lose this game tonight. And because yes, Spain beat them quite comfortably in the game, but then you would have expected him to beat Japan, Costa Rica. So I think it's going to be a tough game, and I think for Germany and for Costa Rica, I think the best bet for Germany is probably to hold up for try and get the win which you need to get through, obviously. But I think probably the best bet for Germany will be a point out of this game today, based on how they played against Japan. Yes, I know Spain's a different kettle of fish because got better players than Japan. But so Germany having certain extents, some are coming towards the end of their careers now in the Germany side. But for me, I think I've got I've got to put it down for Germany's best bet, probably a draw, and I think Costa Rica probably a draw as well. So I think Costa Rica and Germany will go out because I think Japan could get something against Spain, especially with some of the changes that Spain have made in their game this evening, Paul.
All right. Do we have a score prediction for you from you, Russ?
For me, German for the Germany game, I'm going to say I think it's going to be a score draw 1-1, and
Okay.
for my game, I think Japan may just nick it 2-1.
2-1 for Japan. Okay. And Luke, do we have a prediction from you?
Okay, so I think I go Spain 3, Japan 0. And then for our game, I'll say Costa Rica 1, Germany 0.
Okay. And I guess that leaves me. Uh, I am going to go. I think Spain can beat Japan. I don't know if it'll be quite as clear cut, Luke. I might go with 2-1 to Spain, and I think Germany can nick it against Costa Rica. I'm going to say 2-1. All right, that's the predictions. We're about 9 minutes before kickoff here. Just want to make another announcement. Following Belgium's exit from the World Cup today, Roberto Martinez, the Belgian manager, has stepped down. I don't know how many would consider that a bit of a shock. Luke, what do you think?
I actually think it was inevitable because they weren't really that great in this tournament. A lot of the squad hasn't performed up to their club ability. And to be honest, it's probably about right for a change anyway. He did a World Cup, a Euros, and now another World Cup. But it'd be interesting to see who they actually replace him with now.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? You've had somebody like Roberto Martinez who has done a reasonably good job there, and the question is, yes, who do you replace him with? Russ, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, for me, Paul, I think when you look at the situation for Belgium, I thought he was going out anyway. And I think at the end of the tournament, he was always going to leave. I think he's wanting to go back into club management, but I'm not sure how they could potentially take over as the Belgian boss. Of course, you look at some of the players, Eden Hazard, Lukaku, when they're coming towards back ends of their careers now, so they're looking for a rebuild. They'll be looking at the next players coming through, and I'm not sure if Belgium have got the next quality level players on similar levels to the ones that we've got or what we've seen in this tournament. So I think it'll be an interesting choice of the fetching as manager. Well, I wasn't surprised by it. I always thought at the end of the tournament, wherever they went out in the competition, that that they would go out of the competition there. So I think for me, it wasn't a surprising one. I always had an idea he probably would do it. It was just a matter of when.
Hmm. Okay, well that's interesting. For me, I kind of understand why this may have taken place. It's been a disastrous World Cup for Belgium, so I'm not entirely surprised myself personally. But like Luke said, and you touched Ross, it's going to be interesting to see who they will replace them with, who will want the job of the rebuild. But having said all that, now we've got the players on the pitch. We are going to have the national anthems here in just a moment. And Ross will be updating Spain and Japan for us. We'll be going over there if we get any action, and Ross will take us through that part of it. You have live coverage here of Costa Rica versus Germany. And just to let you know, the referee today, the referee officials, all female referees, Stephanie Prapart, Nuez Bach, Karen Diaz Medina are the officials. Let's just listen to the national anthems here.
Now the German anthem.
Sorry if you picked up some interference there. That was the Costa Rica national anthem first, certainly by far the longest one I've heard in this competition so far, but sung with great passion by the Costa Rica players. Nobody sung the German national anthem more strongly than Thomas Muller. So once again, let's just revisit the teams, starting with Costa Rica. Keyless Navas in goal, Oviedo, Vargas, Waston, Duarte, and Fuller across the back. In midfield, Campbell, Tejada, Borges, and Aguela, with Venegas up front. And for Germany, it's Manuel Neuer in goal, Kimmich, Sula, Rudiger, Rahm, Goretzka, Gundogan, Gnabry, Musiala, Sane, and Müller. And our officials today, as I mentioned earlier, the first all-female officials at a men's competitive game. Just give those names out. It's Stephanie Frappart from France, Noiser Bach from Brazil, Karen Diaz Medina from Mexico. That's the official and the two assistants. Saeed Martinez is the fourth official. Drew Fisher, Jerome Broussard, and Catherine Nesbitt are in VAR. We are about ready to get underway. Germany looks like they're attacking the goal to our left. They are in their white shirts with the black stripes and white, and that looks like they're wearing white shorts today with white socks. Costa Rica in their red shirts and blue shorts. So Luke Turton, final thoughts before we get this one underway?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting it to be a good game. I'm not expecting it to be too many goals to start off with, but I think like every other World Cup game, they'll probably start to get some goals probably around the 30-minute mark. But we'll see what plays out, really.
All right, thank you very much, Luke. Both teams just break away from their huddle. There is Thomas Muller, 121st appearance for Germany today, 4th overall, around some illustrious names. Been a legend of German football, and they will need him at his absolute best as Germany are about ready to get us underway here in just a moment once we've had that countdown. The pitch looks in absolutely immaculate condition, and already some of the Costa Rica players there down on their knees saying a prayer, and Thomas Muller just waiting for Stephanie Frappart's whistle to get us underway, and we are underway, and he plays it straight away to Antonio Rudiger. Here's Kimmich. Kimmich plays the ball long. That's just headed away there from Bojas, and it comes back in midfield, clash there with Gundogan, and already the referee has stopped play. Bourgeois is just rubbing his head there. Looks like he had a clash with Muller. Yes, that looks quite unpleasant. And of course, in all cases of head injuries, we have to stop the game. They're underway also in Spain and Japan. And we'll go over there in a little while. We'll just get some early thoughts there. Tejada and Musiala, looks like we're going to have a drop ball, and Musiala has just returned it to Keyless Navas, a Costa Rican goalkeeper. He's the captain, and he has served. This is his third, I believe it's his third World Cup, and he's got the ball in his hands now, and he just clears it right-footed downfield, just goes up the halfway line. Bourgeois goes up with that again. It's picked up on the far side by Aguela, and he's dispossessed by Ilkay Gundogan, and Gundogan then just knocks the ball back to Manuel Neuer. And Joshua Kimmich now is in the right-back position, not usually his familiar position, although he has played there before. Usually he's in a holding midfield role. Today he is at right-back. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan over on the far side to Kimmich. Expect him to get forward, regardless of being at right-back. Here's Sula. Rudiger out on this side to David Rahm. Rahm to Musiala. Musiala's got space in front of him. A little bit of a turn. Musiala gets a shot away. Good save by Navas. Oh, he got well down to his left-hand side and made the save. Smart save by the Costa Rican goalkeeper. Good work by Musiala. cutting in front of the penalty area, just curling that shot away. Good save by Kalis Navas. And it's a corner to Germany with just 2 minutes gone. Joshua Kimmich is going to take the corner. We'll get Luke's thoughts on that in just a moment. Kimmich looks like he's going to outswing it. Well, the referee's stopped play, but all the usual suspects are in there. Goretzka, Sane, Rudiger, all lurking with menace. Corner to be taken here now by Kimmich. He's definitely going to outswing it. Now the referee has got some order in the penalty area. It is indeed outswung, and it just misses everybody, and it's cleared up at the back by Fuller, who clears the ball away. Now it's knocked on by Gundogan and goes all the way back into Germany's half. Luke, what did you think of that first chance?
Yeah, I think there's a good run from Musiala and a good shot, but I think the corner was poor afterwards, though. I was expecting better corners to come in throughout the game.
Yeah, it was a poor corner. It didn't seem to find anyone in particular. Here's Sula, and it's Kimmich again, and he gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan's got some space in front of him now. What's he going to do? He goes down to this near side to David Rahm. Expect him to get forward constantly throughout the game. Flicked on by Musiala, but Borjas read that very well. And Costa Rica now with Campbell can try to break away. But Germany win the ball back. Early on, this is German pressure early on. And the ball just goes out of play for a throw-in to Germany midway inside the Costa Rica half. As we just look again at Musiala's effort, and smart save by Navas. Here's Sula. Sula plays the ball forward, and it's a disappointing ball, but Germany win it back. It's Musiala, and here's Gnabry! Gnabry across the face of the goal! Oh, how did that stay out? The linesman's flag goes up anyway, so Gnabry is actually offside, but you'll see he just picks the ball up here, just strays it. Well, yes, he strays into an offside position there. He whistles a shot. It's actually a superb save by Keylor Navas. But it's offside anyway, and we will resume from inside the Costa Rican penalty area. And there's a FIFA president sat there. Again, doesn't look particularly interested. I do often wonder why he shows up to these games. Pressure on Hansi Flick, the German coach. He definitely does not want to be the second coach to get eliminated in a group stage, especially in a row. Let's see if he has been able to organise and motivate his troops for this one. Ball is played forward, and Rudiger just knocks the ball forward for Germany. It's picked up by Gnabry, took it down well. Here's Gnabry again. Oh, he attempts to play in Musiala. It's actually cleared away behind by Campbell, and it'll be another German corner. We're going to go over to Russ in just a moment after this corner. It's going to be David Rahm from this side. Let's see if he can deliver a better one. Just over this one now. Again, the usual suspects in there. Rudiger, Sula, Gnabry, Sane. And Germany are loading up the penalty area. It's outswung again. And Rudiger just tried to get a touch on that, but it was blocked. Germany still maintained possession with Musiala. Gives it back to Rahm, back to Goretzka. Goretzka, it's blocked. Musiala again, and he actually goes all the way back to Manuel Neuer. So what's going on at Spain versus Japan early on, Russ?
Yes, it's still Japan nil, Spain nil. Spain have just had a real good chance here. Paul, 6 minutes gone, still goalless. Ball whipped into the penalty area from the right hand side. He got worked out. Sergio Busquets on the edge of the penalty area. His effort was blazed over. It remains Japan nil, Spain nil. Early bit of possession for both sides. Spain with the first chance though. It remains goalless here, Paul.
Thank you, Russ. We'll be back to Russ as well throughout the first half, and if anything happens. The ball is out on the far side with Kimmich as Germany continue this early pressure. It's Sane, and he gives the ball to Gundogan. Gundogan, bit of space in front of him. It's a poor ball by Gundogan, especially by his standards. It's just cleared away by Bargos there, but it does now find Rudiger just inside his own half. It's Gundogan. Gundogan, infield to Sula. Sula just plays the ball there to Sane. Sane gets the ball back. He just has difficulty controlling it. Gundogan just knocks it onto Musiala. Can Musiala get behind the defence here? He's got the ball in the penalty area. Musiala making space for himself. And he pulls the ball back there to, Goretzka wasn't expecting it. He pulled the ball back to Goretzka. He was unable to control it. And now Oviada has the ball, but is impeded by Jamal Musiala. There is a chance in the game for Japan in the Spain game. We'll go to that in just a second. But first, Luke, your thoughts on this early pressure by Germany?
Yeah, they're having some really good moments. My question is on this Musiala one though. Why didn't he just hit it? Why did he square
Good,
it? You could have just hit it.
good question. But Costa Rica are in with a chance now. And it was offside anyway. It was Venagas that was trying to get inside, but he was offside. Okay, let's go to Japan versus Spain. Russ, tell us about that chance for Japan.
Yes, thanks, Paul. It was a brilliant chance for Japan, actually. It was played down the left-hand side, ball whipped across to the far post, and Ito come running in, and he just hits into the side netting. As you come to me as well, Spain on the attack side of the penalty area, with low ball in from Baldi, cleared away. Spain are still on possession, as Pedri just concedes a goal kick. It remains Japan 0, Spain 0 at 8.5 minutes gone here, Paul.
Thank you, Russ. And while you was away, Thomas Muller had a gilt-edged chance. Nobody around him and a free header, and he put it wide. Will Germany regret that miss, Luke?
They could regret it, but I mean, a player of Thomas Muller's standards really should be heading that on target. I'm a bit disappointed in that one, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a chance he should have taken. If he wanted to, he could have actually brought it down, and he chose not to do that. He went for the header, but here's Sula. Sula now gives it to Kimmich, and Kimmich's ball is a disappointing one, and it goes all the way back to Keylor Navas, and he's got the ball in his hand now. And how is he going to be able to handle this pressure from Germany? He's made a couple of smart saves early on, one of which, of course, was offside. And the ball was with Fuller there, and Fuller just knocked it back to Campbell. And Germany win the ball back. And Musiala again, who's been a threat in this first half. Musiala gets the ball out to Rahm. Rahm gets across it, and there's a header! 1-0 Germany! And it's Serge Gnabry, and he is wasting no time getting that ball back to the centre circle, and Germany celebrate 1-0, and as it stands right now, they're still not in the top two, because they'll need another one, because Japan and Spain are drawn. But you see the cross there, but the Costa Rican defence, woe betide. That was dreadful defending. Serge Gnabry with a free header. Luke Turton, what do you think?
There's a brilliant ball in from Rome and a brilliant header from Gnabry, but I've got to say, where was any chance of throwing the body towards the ball from Costa Rica? They just almost let Germany score. If we're going to do that all game, then Germany could rack up a cricket score.
Well, that's precisely right, because they were caught out with Thomas Muller as well. And Germany are now putting forward, they mean business today. They have got their minds focused and they are on the ball. I'm just going to go back to Russ, because there was a chance for Spain. In fact, there's been a goal. And Russ, can you tell us about that goal? Who's it for?
Yes, it's a goal for Spain. Paul James into a fantastic cross in from the right hand side for Spain, and it was headed on by Alvaro Morata, who had the chance you were just talking about as well. I'll tell you about the goal first, and I'll tell you about the chance. It was a fantastic whip ball in from the right hand side, and Alvaro Morata unmarked inside the penalty area from the cross from the number 9, which is Gavi. Gavi played it back to the edge of the penalty area. Lovely ball in. In fact, it was from Pau. It was from Cesar Azpilicueta pulled the ball in, actually. Azpilicueta with the cross in. Morata unmarked. Morata heads home. Spain won upon 12 minutes. And just before that, when there was a chance, there was another header from Morata, which was saved by the goalkeeper. It remains Japan 0, Spain 1. 12 minutes gone here, Paul.
Thank you, Ross. And as it stands now, Germany will go through to the second round. And right now, Costa Rica just off at 6s and 7s. Here's Borjas. He plays the ball out there looking for Fuller, and Campbell went after it, but clearing up there was David Rahm. And Germany now breaking forward again, and it's Sula again, and he gives it to Kimmich. And you can tell right now that Germany are focused and they have their mind on this game. And the ball was, he was looking for Sane there and wasn't able to find him. It was cleared away by Duarte, but here is Rahm again. And he goes back to Rudiger. And here's Sula. Sula back to Rudiger. And Gundogan, patient build-up by Germany, goes down this near side to Gnabry, the goal scorer. Disappointing ball by Gnabry. It's picked up by Campbell. Campbell under pressure, and he gets dispossessed, but it's actually a foul. So a free kick to Costa Rica, and they'll have time to breathe. Right now, Luke, what do you think Costa Rica need to do to get back into this game?
Show some effort. Create a couple of chances, get a foot on the ball, look like they actually want to be here, because to be honest, at the minute, they just don't.
And Germany are breaking out again now, and it's Kimmich, and he gives it to Sane. Sane's got a bit of space in front of him. When he came on, he had a golden opportunity against Spain to win it. Gnabry gives it to David Rahm. Rahm gets the cross in, and it goes all the way through. Muller just knocks it back onto Kimmich, his Bayern Munich teammate, and it goes to Gundogan. And here's Gnabry. Gundogan. And here is Muller. Muller gets a cross in, and there's Goretzka! Oh, a fantastic save by Keylor Navas, keeping Costa Rica in this. A superb save. That was absolutely superb, because really that was at point blank range. Luke Turton.
Yeah, that was a stunning save from Navas, which really has shown that he's one of the only players in the Costa Rica side that's throwing their body at things. And I mean, Goretzka's header was fairly decent at short range, but again, I think Germany to keep trying to create chances, but make sure they take a few more than they're actually doing at the moment.
Yeah, they'll certainly want to be taking those chances, because really it was already stated in the press conference that goals are the key for Germany, and they certainly seem to have set their minds on that early on in this game. 15 minutes gone here. It's Costa Rica 0, Germany 1. Here's Gundogan. Gundogan goes back to Rudiger. He's hardly being put under any pressure. I think, as Luke rightly pointed out, there's not much pressure being put on here, not much press from Costa Rica, making it very easy for Germany. Here's Gundogan. Gundogan. Look, that's a poor ball by Ilkay Gundogan. And Oviedo now has the ball. He gives it to Aguila, and he goes all the way back to Vargas and right the way back to Keylor Navas. Navas clears it right-footed downfield. Belly makes the halfway line. And it's picked up there by Borjas and Fuller, Campbell, Borjas. Across the midfield there. Long ball by Vargas out on the far side to the number 8, Oviedo. Infield to Tejada. This is the first time Costa Rica have really got forward. And Venegas looks like he was fouled. The referee plays on. And that's good work by Joshua Kimmich at the back, just chesting it back to Manuel Neuer. And Venegas looks in a lot of pain. And to be honest, I initially first thought that looked like a foul to me, Luke.
Yeah, I did too. And it's supposed to be whacked straight into the stomach of Vargas, but obviously the ref sees it differently. But that's what Costa Rica need to do more of. Getting the ball forward, switching the play, getting the forward players into the game a bit more. Take the pressure off the back line.
All right, thanks very much for that, Luke. Here is Gundogan, and Sula plays it to Rudiger. Rudiger getting forward himself a little bit. He's just looking for what his options are at the moment and plays it to Sula. Sula tried to slide the ball through to Sane, wasn't successful. And picking up the ball here is Campbell. And it's Aguero. Aguero goes all the way back to Navas. And Navas is having to chase to prevent that from going to a corner. And he was successful. On first look, I thought it crossed the touchline. Maybe it didn't. Well done to Navas for keeping it in play because that was a difficult ball back. And we've got a free kick for a foul on Fuller. So we are 17 minutes gone here, and you've got a task on your hands today, Luke. Picking the player of the match. Yes, I was right. That ball did cross the touchline. That should have been a corner, not given by the assistant on the far side. Here's Waston now with the free kick for the foul on Fuller. It's just about midway inside his own half. Let's see if he's going to go for the long ball here. He does, and it's just comfortably dealt with by Sula. But it's picked up now by Costa Rica. And here is Tejada. Tejada has got a bit of space in front of him. Who's he going to try to find? He goes out on the far side to Oviedo. Here's Aquelas. And good defending that time by Sula. Aguela was sneaking in, but actually is offside. And it's not going to matter. We are going to get the game back underway with the free kick. And Germany can now move forward with Joshua Kimmich on the halfway line here. Costa Rica now, Germany have slowed down a little bit. There's no doubt about that. They've perhaps allowed Costa Rica to get their bearings back. In just a moment, we're going to go over to see what's going on between Spain and Japan. For the time being, we'll just stay here while this Germany attack plays out. Here's Kimmich. Plays the ball forward. And it just bounces through that, and Muller wasn't expecting that. Well, the defender, Duarte, that was very poor defending. And he just allowed the ball to bounce over him. The one thing you never do. And then almost let Muller in. Luke Turton.
Yeah, but I'm more disappointed with the fact that a player like Thomas Muller wasn't anticipating the ball to drop into the box like that. I mean, you should always be trying to make runs, even if the ball isn't going to make it over the defence. It just seems a bit odd to me.
All right, well, picking up the ball in the midfield is Sane. And Sane, long ball. That's a wonderful ball to Gnabry. Perfect pass. And here's Musiala. Musiala cutting across, drops it back here for Sane. Sane gives it to Gnabry. Gnabry gets a cross in, and it's just knocked behind by Duarte, and it will be a corner to Germany. Well, David Rahm's going to go over on the far side to take it, and once again, the pressure being applied. We'll just wait, and we'll be going over to Russ in just a moment here after this corner. It's David Rahm to take it. He's looking at the outswinger again. And, and the side, that 6-yard box is Serge Gnabry. The cross comes in. I think it looks like Rudiger has gone down and he's complaining. I didn't see anything there. We'll get Luke's thoughts on that in a moment. We're going to go to Japan versus Spain. Ross, can you give us an update? Anything exciting happening there?
Yes, it's still 1-0 to Spain here, Paul, and they've had a lot of possession in the last few minutes, Spain, but we aren't really creating any goal-scoring opportunities. They've got it out wide to Dani Olmo and Williams on a couple of occasions, but they've been playing mainly down there, right-hand side. It remains 0-0, and I'm just looking on my monitor. The crowd inside the stadium this evening are doing the Mexican wave. So no real goal scoring opportunities to last with me, Paul. It still remains Japan, no Spain 1. 21 almost 22 minutes gone here, Paul.
Thank you very much. And just as you rejoin us, Costa Rica just picked up the ball in midfield, and it's Vargas. Vargas out on the far side to Oviedo. Oviedo challenged by Sane. The ball goes out to play for a throw into Costa Rica. Costa Rica have the throw in midway inside their own half. Now, Luke, did you see anything with that Rudiger challenge? I did not see anything, but he seemed to be appealing for a foul.
I didn't really see anything either, to be honest, Paul, and we're yet to see a replay, so it's not really that clear cut, so it can't be that controversial, otherwise you'd have seen it. But talking of which,
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rudiger is looking for it. Rudiger is looking for it. Now he has his arm around him. Weston has his arm around him, but I don't think there was anything in that. He was definitely looking for it. And here's David Ram, and it's picked up by Muller. Good work by Muller. Just knocks the ball back to Gundogan. And here's Sula. Sula been getting forward a lot in this game. And it's the move breaks down, but Germany do win the ball back with Kimmich. Kimmich gets the ball across to Musiala. Musiala fails to control it, but here's Gnabry. Gnabry back to Musiala as he attempts to dance through again. Back to Gnabry. Good defending by Tejada. Just blocked Gnabry from getting control of that ball. And there's Campbell, and he gives the ball to Aguela. Aguela back to Campbell. Campbell, he loses the ball under pressure, and it will be a throw-in. Well, there's the Costa Rica manager. He has got to feel now, if he wants his team to qualify, he's got to be looking really he needs a draw at least, especially with Spain ahead against Japan. Right now, it's Germany in that second position at the moment. Free kick taken quickly by Campbell over on the far side to Oviedo. Oviedo just knocks it back there to Vargas. And it's back to Duarte. And Duarte gives the ball away. And Muller is in, but Keyless Navas out quickly. Good work by the experienced goalkeeper, the Costa Rica captain. Here's Campbell. Campbell on the far side. And just picking up that ball there is Venegas. And it's Tejada now. Tejada. And he's looking for options there. Well, he's got Duarte alongside him. Also Vargas. Vargas tries to play the ball, looking for Oviedo, but it's a very, very disappointing ball and goes all the way through really to Manuel Neuer. And Germany will begin again. Here's Gundogan. Gundogan now looking for options. Goes to Kimmich. And I have to say, Germany have definitely slowed down now. And I honestly don't think that that's ever a good idea when the game is out, when the qualification is out of your hands. Here's Rudiger. And it's picked up by Sula in the centre of the park. What's he going to do with it? Sula gives it back to Rudiger. Rudiger. And, nice little flick ball forward there. Was looking for Muller. Muller at this time anticipated the error. But Duarte did not make the same mistake twice. Sula. Kimmich. And it's back with Sula. Gundogan. Infield to Musiala. Just turns away delightfully there. Here's Musiala. Back to Gnabry. Gnabry. David Ram, can he get the cross in? Oh, and it comes back to Musiala, who gets a shot away, but it's an excellent block. And Musiala manages to keep possession. The block was by Weston, and the referee, the official there, the assistant on the far side, had a flag up. Luke, what did you think of that?
a lot of neat passing, a lot of kind of small tricks from Musiala, but I think Costa Rica just about got back into shape. I can't help but think though that Thomas Muller up front is a bit kind of counterproductive because you've not got any pace through the middle. Kind of you've got Musiala, but apart from that, you're kind of relying on that kind of free behind Muller to provide the pace into him. Whereas a lot of the balls, you slip them through to a pacey player, they could just get in behind this Costa Rican defence.
Absolutely. I think you've got a point now, because we were discussing that before the game as well. We were basically saying the same thing, because I agreed with you that I don't think Muller was the right choice for that position. But Germany are breaking forward now. And here's Gnabry at pace. He attempted to play the ball through, but it was blocked by Weston. And it will be a corner to Germany. 5 corners for Germany in this first 27 minutes. That gives you some indication of the pressure and dominance that Germany have put on Costa Rica. It's going to be outswung. The referee there is trying to separate Rudiger and Weston. And we're going to have the corner taken now. Once again, it's going to be David Rahm with the outswinger. And it's a disappointing one. It's headed away by Duarte. Comfortable header away at that. But Gundogan has picked up the ball in midfield. A lot of the players come from Gundogan in this first half. Here's Musiala. Looking to try to torment the defence again. Gundogan back to Sane. Here's Kimmich. Long ball over on the far side to David Rahm. And it's Musiala again. Turns inside. Gets the ball across to Gundogan. Quick 1-2. Oh, Musiala wasn't able to read it. And Costa Rica did get the ball away. But at 6s and 7s, their defence is highly disorganised at the moment. And that is a very poor ball by Kimmich. And now Campbell can break away for Costa Rica. Campbell over on the far side to Oviedo. Falling back here is Kimmich and Sula. And the cross comes in and Campbell tried to get the shot away. But it's good work by Rahm on the far side. Sula was out of position there. He was over on the left, on the right-hand side. Not sure what he was doing out there, but he was not getting close to the player or really blocking anything from coming in. So David Rahm had to clear up there. And the ball now is with Sula. Nicholas Sula. Let's see what he can provide here. He gets the ball out to Kimmich. Kimmich back to Sula on the halfway line. Here's Rudiger. And he gives it to Rahm. Back to Rudiger. And Rudiger's ball is a disappointing one. And now Costa Rica can see if they can break, but they give the ball away through Campbell as well. Sloppy play. Here's Musiala. Musiala gets it back now to Goretzka. And Kimmich here, it's giving it to Gundogan. Kimmich. Over on the far side there is Muller, out of position really for a number 9. Here's Gundogan, and it's back with Musiala. He's dispossessed, but the ball breaks to Gnabry, who gets a shot away, and it's blocked by Weston. It'll be another corner to Germany, as Costa Rica are really defending for their lives here. Half an hour gone. We're going to go back to Russ in a few minutes. Perhaps after this corner, we'll just see what plays out here. The referee, Stephanie Frappart, still trying to keep order in the defence. And 30 minutes gone, it's still Germany with the 1-goal lead. It's outswung again. This time it's headed out by Duarte. And maybe Costa Rica can now break. Storming through the middle is Tejada. Germany chasing back. And it's out to Oviedo. And actually that's Aguela with a cross. It's a disappointing one, and Kimmich deals with it. And it goes back to Manuel Neuer. Ross, what's going on? Spain versus Japan.
Yes, it's still Japan 0, Spain 1 here, Paul. 31 minutes on the clock. Spain have had lots of possession since his last win. We've not really created much in terms of goal scoring opportunities. Japan have had a few chances, off opportunities, and off efforts on goal, but nothing to write home about so far since your last win, Paul. This remains Japan 0, Spain 1, 31 minutes gone here.
Thank you very much, Ross. And Keylor Navas has the ball in his hands. And Germany are still with this slender 1-goal lead. Luke, do you see any hope of Costa Rica getting back in this? Do you see that they're starting to put some things together now?
They're passing it a little bit better, but I don't think there's nothing clear cuts come just yet. If they keep going at this pace, if we play till 120 minutes, then possibly, but I can't see it in the 90.
All right, thank you very much. We're just looking at an interesting stat there. The ball comes in. We're just looking at an interesting stat there. It seems that Jamal Musiala has picked up the ball from defence to midfield more than any other German player at the moment. And here's Kimmich now. He gives the ball to David Rahm. Rahm. And it's Gnabry. Serge Gnabry. He's got options with him. He chooses to give the ball to Kimmich. And it's out on the far side to Gundogan. Gundogan tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked by Oviedo. And Oviedo trying to motivate his defence, screaming at them, perhaps to wake up a little bit. And certainly he has a right to do that because Costa Rica's defence so far has been at 6s and 7s, highly disorganised. Here's Rudiger, and it's Rahm. Back to Rudiger. And Rudiger is looking for Gnabry. Germany continue to put the pressure on, looking to create more chances. Gnabry, Gundogan, sorry. Gnabry. And here's Goretzka. And it's Kimmich. Kimmich swings the ball in, and it just misses everybody. What a shame there was no more forwards in there. And well, he might shake his head because that was a superb ball delivered into the box there. It's going to be a throw into Costa Rica. Luke, what about that?
Why is nobody else gambling on it? Like,
Exactly.
if they're happy to keep overturning the possession and then Costa Rica overturn it back to Germany, then I might have to bring out my ball retention rant again, Paul.
Well, you're definitely correct. Somebody should have been gambling on that because that was a $1 million ball into the box, really, to coin a phrase. Rahm plays it across. Oh, and Goretzka was chasing in there but wasn't able to get there. And Costa Rica now clear it. And it is Fuller. But Fuller is dispossessed. Gnabry just slid in there and got the ball back. Here's Gundogan. And Muller. Not Muller, sorry, Goretzka. And the ball is shot. The shot is in there. And Navas spills it. And he almost spilled it right at Goretzka's feet. Well, you wouldn't expect that from Navas. And I got to be honest with you. If Goretzka might have been a bit more awake to that, he would have got there before Navas. Let's look at this again. It starts with Kimmich's strike. And it dips viciously, to be fair to Navas. But, well, you got to wonder why. Well, maybe Goretzka should have been a bit quicker. Luke, what do you think?
I personally think that every part of this Costa Rican team is starting to shake. As in, even the confidence of Navas is starting to shake.
Well, here's now. Well, this looks like there might have been a foul there on Campbell. The referee allows the game to continue. And here's Aguela bundled over. The referee says no. And Germany have the ball back with Sula. And Sane. And he gives the ball to Gundogan. Gundogan just knocks it back to Rudiger. And the ball is out to David Rahm. What's Rahm going to do with it here now? Rahm gives it to Rudiger. To Gnabry, to Musiala, who turns beautifully. Musiala! Oh, he tries to get the shot away. And it will be a goal kick, in fact. Musiala, it was a beautiful turn here by Musiala. Just gets away from the defence. He should have shot earlier, really. And I think if I have a criticism of Musiala's game is that he doesn't get the shot away soon enough. Luke, your thoughts on that last chance?
Well, pace is opening up the Costa Rican defence, but one, they're not doing it often enough. Two, because they slowed down, it's now hard to get back into the rhythm. And three, why was that not hit on the first or second touch? Why did he try and go like 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh, now I'll hit it, but now I'm too far across and it's going to go too far past the post. Honestly, sometimes I just want to scream at some players.
Well, it's definitely, I think, a weakness in Musiala's game is that he just doesn't get the shot away soon enough. There's certainly been 2 or 3 times in this first half when he could have got the shot away. But he is only 19, and I'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt in these situations. These are the things he'll learn as he gets more and more experience. Here is Rudiger, and he gives the ball to Gnabry. Back with Rudiger now, almost operating as a quarterback at the moment on this team. Here is Gundogan. Germany just knocking the ball around, keeping possession, just patiently waiting for the opportunity. I think they're going to be wanting to score more goals. So my prediction really for this, not really prediction, but sort of analysis, if you will, is that they really need to be scoring at least 3 goals. But Germany have had real trouble scoring goals lately. Here is Musiala now. He gives the ball away that time and he goes down. And here's Aguila. Aguila gives the ball back to Germany. And it's Kimmich. And he gives the ball to Gundogan. Gundogan. Gnabry. Ram. Back to Gnabry. And here's Ilkay Gundogan. Sula out on the far side there. It looks like it's Muller out over there. And he gives the ball back to Sula. And Muller now will try to get on the end of that, but that is kicked out of play with some real venom by Oviedo. And it seems to have come off Muller last, according to the assistant on the far side. So Oviedo will take the throw in. Ross, you've got about several minutes left in that game. What's going on?
Yes, it's still 1-0 to Spain here, Paul. As Japan's number 4, Itakura, has just been booked, which means he'll miss the next round should Japan get through. He'll miss their next game. Well, Japan just had an half chance a few moments ago. It was a ball back to Unai Simon, and the number 25, Desmeda, put him under a bit of pressure. He looked like he might have run it out for a corner, but just managed to get it out wide to the right-hand side for Cesar Azpilicueta. So it remains 1-0 to Spain here. 39.5 minutes gone. If you just want to hold on as Japan come forward over on this near side of the right, ball played in towards the penalty exit. He's trying to win a corner, but he's gone out for a goal kick. It was Ayo Tanker coming forward down the right hand side. He couldn't get the ball across, and Spain did well to get back in front of him, did Balder, and shepherd the ball out of play for a goal kick to Spain. It's almost 5 minutes to go before the end of the first half. It's Japan 0, Spain 1.
Thanks, Russ. Despite a golden opportunity for Gnabry, who curled it past Navas' left-hand post while you was away, there is a Mexican wave going on here as well. That seems to be going around the ground. Navas now clears it downfield. We've got 5 minutes till half time. It's Costa Rica 0, Germany 1. And so far, as the results stand, Germany will qualify in second place with Spain top of the group, meaning that the group games for the next round, Morocco will take on Germany and Croatia will take on Spain as it stands. That could all change in the next sort of 50 minutes or so. And here's Kimmich. Gives it back to Sula. Sula gives it to Rudiger. Rudiger. He's got options alongside him. It's giving it to Ram. Back to Gnabry. Gnabry's ball is a disappointing one. And then Campbell fails to take control of it. Instead, just clears it forward and gives the ball back to Germany. And from what we can see, are you surprised that the Mexican wave is going around, Luke?
Not within the last 5 minutes, no, because not a lot's really happened apart from the Gnabry chance, which was brilliant, by the way. The tricks by Gnabry, and then the curled effort, which was so close to going in that top corner, but just whistles past the post. But no, I'm not really surprised that the Mexican wave's happening at the moment.
Well, yes, the Gnabry shot towards the top left corner really was a superb effort. Just went the wrong side of the post, but it's another chance that goes begging for Germany. And Ram gives the ball away right now, midway inside the Costa Rican half. Oviedo gets the ball out on the far side to Tejada. And it goes back to Duarte. Duarte plays the ball long. Chasing that one is Fuller. Mistake by Rudiger. Fuller's in here, and he turns it over the crossbar. Oh, that is Costa Rica's best chance of the game. Luke Turton.
What is Rudiger doing? Like, seriously, just get it clear. Stop messing around with it. But as for Fuller, I suppose it was a decent effort. Oh, and Neuer saves it.
Yeah, he does. Manuel Neuer gets a touch on there. It should be a corner to Costa Rica. Indeed, it is. But what a dreadful error. The corner is going to be taken by Campbell. It's swung in over on the far side. Manuel Neuer comes and delivers a punch. And it'll be a throw into Costa Rica, level with the German penalty area. That was a shocking error by Rudiger. That could have cost Germany. And at the same time, it's giving Costa Rica the confidence they need to move forward. And Oviedo now with a throw in. Is he going to go for a long one? Doesn't. He drops it short to Campbell. Campbell does a quick 1-2 with Oviedo and gets the ball back. Campbell just under pressure, but he's able to turn. Is he going to be able to get past Goretzka? That's Sane back to help. And Sane almost gave the ball away. It's recovered by Goretzka, and then Costa Rica do get the ball back. But they go all the way back to Navas. And here's Duarte and Oviedo, and it's Fuller now who had that chance. That was Costa Rica's really their first shot on goal, their first real chance in the whole game. And here's Oviedo. Campbell. Cross comes in, and it's missed this time by Sula. And, Venagas was not able to take advantage of it, but that's more sloppy defending from Germany. Luke Turton, what do you think of that? That was dreadful, eh?
The German team have just got a bit complacent, in my opinion. They've got a bit relaxed and thinking, oh, we can just keep popping the ball around and expecting to just roll in a couple more goals. They need to wake up to the fact this game is only 1-0. If they slip up and Costa Rica capitalise, that'll be 1-1. So they need to get a grip and score another goal. Otherwise, I can just see Costa Rica capitalising on one of these chances before long.
Yeah, I think that's true. They seem to have, having had control of the game, they seem to be just slowing it down a little bit. Here's Sane. What can he do with it? Sane with a shot, but he blazes it over the crossbar. Disappointing finish by a forward of his standards. Goes over the crossbar, and but change of pace by Sane, got the shot away, but my goodness me, that's looking at row Z. You may find that come through your bedroom window at some point, Luke.
Why was he leaning back? If you're going to hit the target, you've got to go across goal and stop leaning so far back under the shot. Because if you lean back under the shot, it's just going to go ballooning straight over the bar and coming straight through to the next continent. Ridiculous.
Well, another effort by Sane, but takes a deflection and goes over the crossbar. Gives Germany. We have only 1 minute of injury time. It seems that Russ has the same thing there. Only 1 minute of injury time. Wow, it just seems a little abnormal for this World Cup. Here's Rahm. Swings the corner in. Muller just not able to get his head back to get control of that. It's back with Sane. Sane now trying to do some things on his own. And, they're out of position. Sula is way out of position. And it's 4-on-2. Campbell, Germany streaking back, trying to get back. And Campbell ends up being fouled, although the referee says no. The referee just blew a whistle. I just want to see if that's half time. It looks like that might be half time. Yes, it is. It's half time. And it's also half time at Russ's game. So the early goal by Serge Gnabry's header, a free header from 6 yards out, is the difference. Germany have had chances with Musiala, Muller, Gnabry, Sane have all had chances. One chance really for Costa Rica by Fuller that was well saved by Manuel Neuer. I'm going to get Luke's thoughts at halftime in just a moment, but we are going to go over to Spain and Japan. Let's have a halftime report from Russ Vernon.
Thank you, thank you very much, Paul James. It's Japan nil, Spain 1 here, and it was a Alvaro Morata goal on the 11 minutes that separates the two sides. First of all, there was a chance for Japan early on when Ito had turned his man on the inside of the penalty area and found an effort just wide of the goal. And now Spiliqueta produced a wonderful cross from the right hand side. And who met it? But Alvaro Morata on 11 minutes to head home straight down the middle of the net. Ikatura then picked up a booking for a late challenge. And then just before half time, Victor Miguel defrays Gomez, the referee, showed Tenguichi the yellow card of Japan, and Yoshida for a yellow card of Japan just before half time. It is half time now, though, and Japan have had the chances, but it's Spain who have taken one of their best chances to be leading at the break. Is Japan nil, Spain 1.
Thank you, Ross. We've just had comments as well in the stream while we've been talking. Stevie UK says he can't get this on his TV. If you're still listening, Stevie, I believe it's on ITV4, I believe. Luke, can I have your thoughts on the first half for Costa Rica and Germany?
Yeah, well, Germany have been pretty dominant in the game, but after they scored, they've not really capitalised on any of their chances. Got a bit sloppy in possession and started gifting things at the back to Costa Rica. Costa Rica have been pretty poor, but the one chance they did have was a fairly decent one from Fuller. But on the whole, I still think there's a few more gears to go up into. But also, I'm a bit nervous. We got 1 minute of added time in the first half, so I'm sure that the officials will try to make up for that in the second half. We got 1 minute of added time in the first half, so I'm sure that the officials will try to make up for that in the second half.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the on a break, put us on a break for the rest of the first half. Welcome back to the second half, and it's just about to get underway here. And just give me 1 second. I don't know what has happened there. Anyway, we're back underway. Here's Joshua Kimmich. And second half is also underway at the other game between Japan and Spain. And here's Sula. And we'll just get Luke's thoughts in a few minutes as well at the start of this second half. And here is Sula. Just making sure Germany. There has been a substitution on the Costa Rica side and the Germany side, actually. I'm just going to go through those substitutions with you. Aguela has gone off for Costa Rica. Coming on for Costa Rica is Salas, the number 14. So Salas is on, Aguela is off. Germany has also made a change. Leon Goretzka has gone off, and Lucas Klosterman has come on in his stead. So we'll just confirm that. And Luke, any thoughts on that substitution?
I'm a bit irritated by the Costa Rican sub because I thought Aguilera didn't have much of a chance to show what he could do, and before he gets plucked off, and he's only been put on for odd spells in the other two games. So God knows what the Costa Rican manager was expecting to see from him in the games that he's actually played to not even give him a full 90 minutes. As for the Germany change, again, I'm a bit surprised that Klosterman's come on for Goretzka.
I think Goretzka had been okay in the first half. I'm struggling to understand what this change might be for, to be honest. The ball is long now, and it's picked up by Rudiger, and he goes all the way back to Manuel Neuer. We're just going to see where Klosterman might actually fit into this team. It's just hacked away there now by Waston, and it's going to be a throw into Germany. And it's taken quickly. And here's Musiala. And he gives it to Kimmich. It looks like Klosterman is going to just settle into that holding midfield role. So it is like for like, if you will. And here's Leroy Sané now with the ball. He's about to take the throw in. And it finds Sané. Klosterman, first touch on the ball for him. Here's Gundogan. Long ball on the far side to Kimmich, and Musiala just trying to dance inside again. Musiala is dispossessed this time by Weston. There's been a goal at the other game. Let's go over there right now.
Thank you very much, Paul. James, and it's Japan 1, Spain 1, and it's the substitute who's come on at half time. He's done it again. He did it in the game against Germany, and he's done it in the game against Spain. Done with the shot from the edge of the penalty area. Unai Simon got a touch to the ball, but he couldn't keep it out. It's Japan 1, Spain 1. He's one of the two substitutes that Japan fetched at half time. Mitoma also came on. Kubo and Nagatomo went off. Spain made a change at half time with Danny Carvalho going off for Cesar Azpilicueta. With 49 minutes on the clock, it is Japan 1, Spain 1.
Thank you, Ross. So that puts Japan back into the ascendancy, into second place. I believe both sides are now on a 0-goal difference, but I think Japan may be there on fair play. So we'll just see. We'll get that double checked, but it could mean that Japan are there on fair play. Both of them. Well, yes, it's confirmed as well here that it would be Japan there in second place. So Germany do need to score again if they want to progress. And right now you see the German fans, as the news is filtering through to them, And Luke, we talked a little bit about it in the first half, about the missed chances.
Yes, and the missed chances could come back to haunt Germany, but I mean, there's still time for Germany to create some more. They just need to make sure that this time they actually take their chances.
Okay, well, it's picked up on the far side there by Kimmich, who goes all the way back to Manuel Neuer. Neuer gives it back to Süle, and Süle gives it to Klosterman. Süle. And played forward now, looking for Musiala. Musiala might be as well to try to, if he brings players towards him, it might be as well to pass the ball, because he seems to be able to pull players out of position. And that's a lovely little ball flicked on by Venegas. Here's Oviedo. Oviedo now for Costa Rica. Back to Venegas. Venegas dinks the ball in, and Rudiger is up there along with Campbell, and it's hacked away. So all of a sudden, Costa Rica are now putting on the pressure, and there's been a goal disallowed at the other game. We'll go to it in a moment, Ross. We've just got a Costa Rica throw-in level with the German penalty area to be taken by the substitute, Salas. And now it's picked up here on the far side. And it's pulled back with a shot for Fuller, and it's blocked. And all of a sudden, Costa Rica are putting on some pressure here. It's Salas now with the throw-in. It's Germany's turn to look like sixes and sevens a little bit. It's picked up here by Duarte, and the shot is straight through to Manuel Neuer. And Ross, tell us about that goal disallowed, would you please?
I will do, Paul, and the ball, VAR is still actually checking it. It was disallowed originally. The ball came across from Duran, who's scored the who scored the equalising goal for Japan. It came back across. Ball came across from the right-hand side. It came back across in. The ball all of the ball went out of play, from what I've seen on the monitor here. He's gone back in, and Tanker's put it in with his knee. VAR checking whether all the ball's gone over the line. It's currently 1-1. It could potentially be 2-1 to Japan. We've played 52.5 minutes here. The VAR is still checking it, but it clearly went behind the line for me. I'm not sure why they're still checking this. This has clearly got to be no goal. VAR checking it. And they've given it. They've given it. The ball crossed the entire line, but the goal had stood according to VAR. He must have kept it in. We definitely went over. All the ball went clearly over the line, but the VAR have not spotted it. And it's 2-1 Japan. Back to you, Paul. 53 minutes gone.
Thank you, Ross. So 2-1 to Japan. Some more VAR controversy going on there. The corner was just taken quickly by Kimmich, but the move breaks down for Germany. And now the news that Japan has taken the lead will filter through now. And now it's not looking good for Germany. And here is Kimmich. And Luke, your thoughts?
Thoughts on which bit, Paul?
On VAR.
Well, you just got to love it, really, haven't you? I mean, it takes that long to make a decision that Russ is saying is clearly one way, and they give it totally the opposite way. That just about sums up VAR.
Has been in this World Cup, it's been very bad, hasn't it? I mean, when I did the commentary, when I did the updates yesterday on France and Tunisia, that whole thing, the referee had blown full time. The actual game had got back underway as well. It shouldn't have even gone to VAR, but the whole thing was interesting. But we're going to see a change now, and Germany are bringing on Fulkrug now, and it is Gundogan that's going off. So Gundogan is going to be replaced by Nicholas Fulkrug. His goal against Spain bailed Germany out in that other game, in the second game. But Gundogan is the sacrificial lamb in this case. So all in all, has played quite well today. It's a corner to Germany, and it's going to be taken by Joshua Kimmich. And he's going to swing this one. He's going to outswing this one by the looks of it. And It's long. It goes, well, it just escapes everybody. But in the end, it finds Musiala, almost completes the full length of the pitch. Musiala dancing around again, gets it back to Gnabry with a shot, but it bounces back to Kimmich. And Kimmich now gets the ball back to the shot is disappointing by Leroy Sané. Well, that is a disappointing effort by Sané, similar to the one he did in the first half, got way underneath it. And Naves now is going to take the goal kick. Another disappointing effort by Sané, Luke.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. But my bigger criticism, Paul, is are Germany capable of taking a corner? Like, seriously, they've all been so poor tonight.
Yeah, the corners haven't been great, have they? They've been too long. They've been delivered into areas where the majority of the players are not there. Could it be the fact also the positioning of the players in the box that might have had a role to play in these bad corners?
Possibly, but surely if that's the case, then somebody somewhere should notice that and pull the players around and go, no, you should be here. Because really, they should be worked on before the game. And it's either the players aren't in the right place or the player taking the corners just can't get it into the areas that he should be getting into, at which point he should be replaced in taking the corners.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And here comes Musiala now, breaking out. He's got options with him, Muller, and also on the far side is Fulkrug. And, well, he's just holding the ball up now, he's dispossessed that time. A clumping header by Weston. That was a meaty challenge. Oh, dear. Play continues now, and we've got on the ball there is Borjas, and it's Campbell now, and the ball is long, looking for Venegas, and the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Germany. Klosterman takes it quickly, gives it to Manuel Neuer, and Germany are facing World Cup elimination unless Japan can get back, unless Spain can get back into this. Here's Campbell. Campbell now moving forward. Oh, and here's Fuller. Fuller's got some space. He gets across in, and there's Campbell. Oh, good save, and it's Tejada. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. And once again, some very, very sloppy German defending. Tejada. Yeltsin Tejada, named after the former president of Russia, Boris Yeltsin, levels the score for Costa Rica, and this is not looking good for Germany as they are staring a second World Cup first round elimination in a row. It was a bad giveaway in midfield, and you can see here the ball is played through to Fuller. Fuller gets he plays the ball across. Nobody is tracking the number 19. Sorry, not the number 19, Campbell. Nobody's tracking Campbell. And then on top of that, Tejada is left all alone. Look at that. There's two of them. Rahm and I think it's Rahm and Klosterman are both there. And somehow, Tejada gets there first, and Manuel Neuer is furious. Not surprised. Luke Turton, your thoughts?
It's been coming, Paul. It's been coming. The thing is, Germany have got so complacent in their play since they've scored that I said it at half time. They've got to get a grip, otherwise Costa Rica will score. And Costa Rica have scored. And I mean, there's 4 players at the back for Germany, and not one of them decided to pick up either of Campbell or Tejada as they entered the box. Like, what are they expecting them to do? Just miraculously disappear out into thin air? They're going to put the ball in if you don't track them. It's basic defending.
It's very, 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 very sloppy. From the first header by Campbell, which was saved by Neuer, right through to the two German players, Klosterman and I think the other one was Sula. I couldn't quite tell. Between them, let Tejada get in and score the goal is unforgivable. And here comes Sane now. Let's see what he can do. Sane. And he gives the ball to Musiala. Musiala gets a shot away. Oh, he hits the inside of the post. Oh, Musiala coming close to restoring Germany's lead. And he slams the inside of the post. And you do wonder, when you watch the game earlier on between Belgium and Croatia, you just wonder if it's going to be your day when that happens, don't you? Luke, your thoughts on that one?
Musiala was so unlucky, but again, I think it's so hard to get things right when you've not been doing it that much in the game.
Here's Muller now. Muller with a shot. Oh! And again, that just clears the crossbar. He thought it was a corner. I'm not sure whether that's actually been given. We'll look at it here just to see if it did. Looks like it might have taken a deflection. It is a corner, in fact. And we've commented both on the corners so far. Let's see if Germany can produce anything better this time. It's Joshua Kimmich. There's been a substitution for Japan. We'll go over there in just a moment. Kimmich has swung the ball in, and it just seems to have into no man's land again. Musiala. And the ball is out on this near side. It's Kimmich. Kimmich swings the ball across and a chance! Oh, who was it there? Rudiger! Well, if the forwards aren't going to put the ball in the net, Rudiger taking it upon himself to get inside the 6-yard box. Just checking there to see if that looks like Kimmich was onside. It was a wonderful ball across by Kimmich. And Rudiger gets on the end of it, but turns it wide. Let's go. Oh, it actually clips the outside of the post, actually. Let's go to Spain versus Japan. Russ Vernon, fill us in.
Yes, Paul, thank you very much, my friend. It's still 2-1 to Japan here with the controversial second Japan goal. Japan made a substitution with Asano, scored the winning goal against Germany. So to remind you of that, Paul, who's come on for Maeda, who's gone off, who's had a fantastic game. And Ferran Torres and Asensio has come on for Williams and Morata for Spain as well on 57 minutes. Japan's on the edge of the penalty area now, coming forward again, but Spain just managed to get back and defend really well. It remains Japan 2, Spain 1 here, Paul.
Thanks very much, Ross. And we will sort of discuss that VAR incident at the end here when all of this is played out. But here's Sané. Leroy Sané. It was a disappointing ball by Sané. Muller was never going to get there. And I can tell you, just looking at Hansi Flick's face, he has a face like thunder, Luke.
I'm not surprised, Paul. And I think if I was Hansi Flick, I'd be pulling off Leroy Sané. Because all he's done all game is blaze the ball over the bar, run into players, or just pass the ball to Costa Rica. I mean, seriously, what else does a player have to do in that sort of position to not get taken off?
Well, you wonder, don't you? But you wonder what the options are really on the bench for Germany. And this is the same old story. This is Japan all over again, in my opinion. They're creating chances. They're being defensively naive, and they're not taking their chances. It's just an all-round not great performance, if I'm being honest. The ball goes across there from Gnabry. It misses everybody, and once again, the cross is wayward. Germany are looking at bringing on 2 substitutions here. Just trying to figure out who they are. One of them is Kai Havertz. I can see that. The other one I'm just trying to see who it is. He's sideways onto me right now. Okay, so the other one is Mario Götze. So Havertz and Götze to come on. Havertz was very disappointing again in the game against Japan. Well, the ball now is with David Rahm. Rahm over the halfway line. Germany now just trying to click things into gear again and hope that Japan will slip up against Spain. And here now is Fulkrug. Fulkrug got a bit of space in front of him. Tries to play the ball on there, but Costa Rica win the ball back. And there's a long ball forward there. Chasing it is Fuller, who Fuller is actually been operating more really in a wing-back role, but he seems to be getting the further forward right now, has been for most of this second half. So here come Germany now with Musiala. What can he do? Musiala, it's a bad ball in the return. It was disappointing, the return ball from Fulkrug to Musiala. Changes coming for Germany now. Number 3, David Rahm is going off, and so is Thomas Muller. Have to say, I'm not surprised about Thomas Muller. David Rahm has been busy down that left-hand side. Your thoughts on these substitutions, Luke?
Is Hansi Flick just basically putting every attacking player on for a defensive player?
You think he'll get caught out with that? Here's Musiala. Musiala, edge of the box, gets a shot away off the post! Oh, that is the second time Musiala hits the post! And it's not looking like it's Germany's day. Here's Gnabry. And, that was so close from Musiala again there. And it's Kimmich, and he gives the ball now to Götze. Götze swings it in, and the turn and shot by Havertz is well over the crossbar. We'll just take a look at this again. What an effort again, though, Luke.
Yeah, I think Musiala might fall out with that post before long.
Yeah, that's twice.
Same one. I just don't know what else Musiala has to do to score, to be honest. Like, he's probably been Germany's bright spark in this game.
I have to agree with you there. He has. He's certainly been the most effective player going forward. But right now, Germany are tied 1-1 with Costa Rica. And here's Musiala again. And it's out to Götze. Götze. And here's Gnabry. Gnabry. Oh, if he fouled there, he goes over. But the referee says no. It's a goal kick and no complaints from Gnabry. Well, you see here, he skips into the box. There's no contact. He does go down, but there is no contact there. And you can't claim a penalty for that. Gnabry knows it. So we have 22 minutes left. And do you see a way back in this game for Germany, Luke?
Yes. If Musiala keeps shooting towards the goal and gets it inside that post, then I can see that as being the only way that Germany get into the game. But also, I'm a bit confused as to why Hansi Flick took off both Goretzka and Gundogan when most of the play in the first half that was quite decent was coming through both of those players. And now it's like, well, you're relying on runs from Sane, Musiala. If Costa Rica got more physical,
Sorry
then
to just cut you off there. And it's knocked in the net. It's a goal. It's scored by Oviedo. And Costa Rica take a 2-1 lead. And, we'll look at that goal again. If there's no... that's it, really. That's the end of the game for Germany if it stays like this. The cross came in. And well, again, it was just sloppy. And so we'll get back to your point in a moment, Luke. It was sloppy defending, and you're just going to see it here. The free kick was swung in. It looks like it was. I want to say it was Campbell with Campbell with a free kick. It was headed on. He might be. Let's see. It's headed on. Oh, and it's knocked in by Vargas. It's just shocking defending once again. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing by Germany. The defending is abysmal. And it may not have come off Oviedo, actually. It may have come off Vargas. Looking at it again, both were there. And it looks like the touch came off Vargas. Manuel Neuer came for it, was never going to get there. And Vargas gets the goal. And as it stands now, Spain are being eliminated. And Japan and Costa Rica are the team going through. Luke, carry on with your point. It's outside because it's being checked. The goal is being checked. So carry on with your point.
Yeah. The fact is, if you're taking off the players that are controlling it in the middle, then really, what does that say to everybody else? It's like, oh, now we have to run through the middle of the ball. And if Costa Rica got more physical, then they're gonna just clatter players and get injuries.
Well, the goal stands, Luke. It's 2-1 to Costa Rica, and I got to say that I don't see any way back for Germany now. They're not. This goal that they conceded, they're staring down the barrel at another humiliation. And I want your thoughts on the goal, Luke. What did you think about the defending on that goal? And Manuel Neuer, I might add.
I mean, the defending was absolutely abysmal. I mean, somebody has got to just try and take responsibility for it. Neuer, I mean, what was he doing? I've seen better goalkeepers at Forest than what he's just done in that instance just there. I mean, you've got to come out and try and claim the ball, but he just kind of trots out and tries to just, I don't know what it was. But
hold on, Luke. Here's Kai Havertz. It's 2-2. Kai Havertz is trying to get the ball back off Waston, and Waston isn't giving it to him. And he's trying to just get the ball back off him. He's shoved him in the net now. But actually, it may not stand. Let's have a look. The referee is calling Kai Havertz over. I think the goal stands, but let's just take a look here. It's swung in, and let's see. Well, Havertz is onside. There's no question there. And it looks to me like it's a goal. It's a clear goal. And Germany are now at 2-2. So it changes once again. And this topsy-turvy group just continues to keep on giving. And Luke, sorry, please do finish your thought. I'm sorry I've had to interrupt you a few times. Please go ahead and finish your thought.
I'm just going to keep talking, Paul, because every time I start a point, somebody scores. So, the Neuer's goalkeeping for their goal was embarrassing, but the defending from Costa Rica on the Kai Havertz goal is even more embarrassing. You're now 2-1 up as it was, and nobody even tries to make a tackle, make an interception on that ball to Havertz. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing just a couple of quick substitutions. Jewison Bennett from Sunderland has just come on, and the game goes. The game continues here, and I'm just going to get all the substitutions together for you. Bennett and Zamora have come on, and coming off for Costa Rica is. It looks like we'll get those substitutions for you in a moment. Just give me 1 second here. So it's Bennett and Zamora on. I believe Fuller is one of them off, and I'm just going to find out who the other one is. But Costa Rica are moving forward now. And the ball is with the number 12 here. And he plays the ball across. And it just goes out of play. It's Campbell there played the ball across. It's over on the far side to Salas, and the ball goes out of play. Just give me a second while I figure out who that other substitute is. As it stands, I am not sure yet. It was done very quickly. The cross comes in. It's just headed away by Sula. And Germany now breaking out with Musiala and Kai Havertz on the far side. And he plays the ball in, and it looks like it's a chance. Oh, Falkland over the crossbar from 2 yards out. Excuse me. That actually looked like, I do not know what to make of that, Luke Turton. This just came across. It was Havertz initially. Sane then picked up the ball. The cross came over to Fulkrug. It was actually an amazing save. That is a fantastic save from Kailas Navas. Luke, talk us through that. How did he make that save?
From sheer brilliance, Paul. That was an amazing save from Navas, which probably could have injured him in the process. But wow, I mean, Germany might still regret these chances that they've not been able to put in, but also probably the corners as well. I've still not been impressed with the corners since I last mentioned it. So we'll make it an interesting end to this game, Paul.
Yeah, it's another corner here by Kimmich swinging it in, and this time it was a better delivery, but it's back with Joshua Kimmich now. The substitutions, Morata is on for Venagas, and Bennett is on for Fuller. So those were the substitutions. And so I'll just cross some of these guys off. Venagas. The ball now is with Bennett, the Sunderland player. Bennett just it's under pressure there, but he manages to find Campbell. Flicked on. Germany do win the ball back, but it's Kai Havertz. Havertz now moving forward. He's got options in front of him. And he finds Sané. And he gets the cross in there. Tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked by Weston. It's going to be a corner. I want to say that was Sané. It wasn't. It was actually Gnabry. It is a corner to Germany. And right now, these changes that have been made for Costa Rica just might affect the way this game is going. But Germany have come so close to scoring with that fantastic save from Navas. Here's Kimmich with the corner now. It's swung in, and the header by Rudiger, and Rudiger is claiming it came off Weston last, and he's got the corner, and it'll be another corner for Germany as they try now to get 13 corners for Germany today. They really haven't taken advantage of them as much as we're going to go to the other game in just a moment. Corner is swung in. It's just headed away there. And chasing this one at the back there is Matarita, the substitute, and it goes out of play. It's going to be another throw in here, and it looks like it's going to be a Costa Rica throw in. So we are going to go and see what is going on between Spain and Germany.
It's still Japan 2, Spain 1 here. Poland is a fantastic game so far. Here comes Spain down the far side as you just as they try and work a ball into the box, but Japan have got everyone behind the line. Mike Honeyman is in. It'll be interesting to hear that Tomiyasu of Arsenal has come on. Kameda went off. Albert and Fatih have come on for Spain with Balde and Javi going off as here comes Spain once more, trying to get forward is off Spain at the moment, trying to keep this move alive. Well, they've just been caught out there. Rodri trying to come forward. We've got around about 10 or so minutes left to play here, and it's still Japan 2, Spain won, and what a shock it would be in this World Cup if Japan beat both Spain and Germany, but lost to Costa Rica and still went through in this group. What a story that would be, Paul.
Well, it certainly would. Thanks for your update there. Manuel Neuer has now got the ball back and he gives it to Sula. And the ball is out onto the far side. And here's Kimmich now. He's picked up the ball. Actually, it's Mario Götze. And he gives the ball to Sula. And back to Sula again. And Rudiger, as Germany attempt to press to try to win this game. And they've had chances, but they've just not. They've hit the post twice in the second half and forced a world-class save from Navas. Costa Rican fans delighted. They still have a chance of qualifying if they can score again. The ball is long over on the far side, looking for Sané this time, and he's picked it up. Sané gives it to Fulkrug, but it's picked up by Musiala. Tries to dance away. He's already hit the post twice. Here's Gnabry. He's under pressure. And it's picked up by Musiala. What can Musiala do this time? He's dispossessed. But Germany win the ball back, and it's Gnabry. And the ball is out of play. Well, it's a throw in to Costa Rica. It's to be taken by Vargas. And Vargas finds the number 22 there, which is Matarata. And it's a foul and a free kick. Thomas Muller is complaining from the bench, but I don't think the referee is going to change her mind. And the ball now is with the number 8, Oviedo. And Campbell now has the ball. Campbell. Matarata again. He's just trying to break away, and Matarata's got some space there now. Can he get the cross in? It's right across the face of the goal. Rudiger just deals with it, knocks it away. Matarata shoulder charges Kimmich, and well, there's a lot of protest from the substitutes who are warming up down this near side to say that wasn't a foul. He shoulder charged him, I'd say, more than anything, but the referee has determined that it's a foul and also determined that Campbell gets a yellow card. And we'll just try and see where that... Well, the card came out. It actually goes to Duarte. The yellow card goes to Duarte. And here is... Sula gives it to Kimmich. Kimmich on the far side to Rudiger, who's moved much further forward now. Musiala has received the ball 30 times from the defensive line position. And here's Kimmich down on this near side. It's Gnabry. Disappointing ball into the box, but it bounces back to Musiala. And Musiala now. And he's got some time. He's cutting across again. Tries to get a shot away. It looks like it may have taken a deflection, but it goes over anyway. And it is still 2-2. And what a game we've been treated to today. Musiala gets a shot away. Actually, it's just way into Rosehead. What do you think of that, Luke?
Poor. The run was good. The shooting at the end was poor.
Yeah, well, the finishing has been poor in general by Germany today. They've had plenty of chances to put this game to bed, but we are sitting at 2-2. And it sort of reminds me so much of 2018, the way that went. And it seems to be going the same way for the Germans now. And here's the ball, infield now, and it's picked up by Götze, Mario Götze. And he gives it to Gnabry. Gnabry gets across it, and there's Havertz! 3-2 Germany! They're back in it! It's 3-2, and now if Spain can get back into the game against Japan, Germany might be able to sneak through yet. Well, again, it was a ball across the 6-yard box. The defending by both teams has been pretty poor. right across that 6 yard box. Havertz was the first to move, and he gets on the end of it. Luke Turton, what do you think?
Havertz has changed the complexion of the game. Brilliant sub from Hansi Flick. I mean, twice he's got on the end of balls and twice he's put them in the back of the net. I mean, Costa Rica again, defending was poor, but you know, Havertz gambles and scores.
Well, right now, in order for Germany to qualify, they need one more, and they need Spain to equalise against Japan. It's a tall order with such little time left, and I just need to let you know, Luke, I'm going to be asking you for your player of the match in about 2 minutes. But here comes Germany again, and here's Havertz looking for a hat trick. Good save, and then the header back in by Goetze, but there was nowhere near enough power on it. Well, Germany are leading 3-2, but they are heading out because Japan are still winning. And the way I see this going is I see this ending up perhaps finishing maybe 3-2, which of course would not be good enough for Germany unless Spain scored twice. And we're going to go over there now and figure out what's going on between Japan and Spain, Russ Vernon.
Yes, Paul, there's just been a substitute for Japan. Tanker's gone off for Endo in this game. It's still 2-1 to Japan. They're defending at the moment as Spain try and come forward again. Is with Rodri, who's been playing a centre-back in this entire tournament for Spain so far. We've got about 3 minutes left. Spain have just looking around on the left-hand side into midfield, and they come forward again into Rodri now. Centre of goal, and a strike about to come in a moment is going to be an effort towards goal, but Japan have defended well, and they're now on the break down this left-hand side, but Mitoma can't get away, and he's back with Simon, and Spain will start again. It remains 2-1 to Japan, and on the bottom of the screen as well, guys, there is now a live league table for Group E going across the bottom as well. 2-1 Japan, back to Paul and Luke.
Thank you, Ross. Appreciate that. Luke has also given his player of the match here to Jamal Musiala. And Luke, we'll get your reasoning for that now. Do you want to tell us why you gave it to Musiala?
Well, he's been impressive throughout the majority of the game. He's had two brilliant shots that were just kept out by the post. And to be honest, he's just been the best German player on the field, to be honest.
All right, thanks for that, Luke. So the player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, is Jamal Musiala. And Germany now have the ball with Rudiger. Rudiger gives it down now to Goetze. Goetze back there to Kimmich. Kimmich launches the ball in. And there's a chance here for Fulkrug! And it's 4-2! And, well, actually, no, looking at that, that's offside. That's offside. Oh, that could have done it. Fulkrug there was Johnny on the spot. And we'll just take a look at it again. I think Fulkrug was in an offside position. Yeah, it's quite offside, actually. So we will get the game back underway with a free kick for Costa Rica. We haven't determined how much injury time is going to be added on at this time. But it's going to be a free kick for Costa Rica. We are inside the last minute. VAR are looking at this. For goodness sake, what reason for? What reason for? That was offside. Luke, thoughts?
The magic of VAR. That was definitely offside. I mean, if this gets overturned, it'd be a miracle because that is definitely offside, and I have no reason to doubt what is going on.
Well, the referee, our referee Stephanie Frappart is now going over to the monitor to look at this. I don't understand this. Oh, it's gone over to the fourth official. Our fourth official is Said Martinez from Honduras, and the goal appears to have been given. Well, there's 7 minutes added time. Now the official's going to. Can I ask you a question? Well, did I miss anything, Luke? Did I miss anything there?
I generally don't know. I mean, I literally thought offside the same as you. I mean, I'm not quite sure what the heck's gone on there, but yay, we
Well,
had another goal.
that is preposterous. I mean, I have no idea. He looked at least a yard offside. But the game goes on. I don't think Germany players could believe it. I don't think Germany fans could believe it. And now the referee, Stephanie Frappart, is just getting a replacement battery or some sort of replacement equipment. We're going to get the game back underway. And we've got some comments in the comment section. Mike said looks clearly offside. 7 added in Japan versus Spain. JB, thank you. 1+ for Germany. So what it means now, of course, is that if Spain equalise against Costa Rica, Germany are going through. So we've got 10 minutes here. 10 minutes. Comments, Luke, because I'm pretty speechless.
I did say at half time though, Paul, FIFA will make up for that 1 minute in the first half.
Oh, they did, and here's a chance now for Kai Havertz, and Navas gets there first, just knocks the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in, and I don't know what to add. I mean, it looks like there was VAR controversy in the Spain and Japan game as well. And this one, well, I have no idea what to say about that, Luke. He looked a yard offside for me. Substitution coming up. Tejada has come off and Contreras has come on. So this is a change for Costa Rica. And here's Havertz now. He goes down. Play goes on, at least for the time being. So Contreras is on, and Tejada is off. So Tejada is off. He's played quite well today, I have to say. And he of course got the equalising goal. What's your thoughts on that substitution?
I think Costa Rica are just trying to do anything they possibly can, to be honest. Just throwing players at it and seeing if it works. I mean, they were probably disappointed it's 4-2, but at the end of the day, that's kind of what happens if you sleep after the second goal you score.
Well, the ball is out over. Well, the ball was played long over on the far side and out of play. We've had a Germany substitution. Sula has gone off, and Matthias Ginter is on. So there's a sneaky substitution made by Germany. Matthias Ginter is the player on now. And Germany will continue. We've had more comments here. JB's asking how it's 10 minutes. Well, to be honest with you, JB, your guess is as good as mine. Russ is also confused as to why he's got 7 minutes at Japan versus Spain. And the ball is out now to Musiala. Musiala now, the player of the match here, awarded by our brilliant co-commentator, Luke Turton. And the ball is played out on the far side to Gnabry. Klosterman, been relatively quiet in this second half. Ginter. And here is Rudiger. Rudiger to Joshua Kimmich. Turning there is Sane. See if he can add to the Germany goals. And Sane, and well, the ball's just bouncing around like pinball there. Musiala tried a bicycle kick, but without success. And JB is saying definitely a FIFA thing. And Mike is asking where this Germany side was earlier. Well, Mike, you might well ask, because I've been asking the same question. The ball is out now to Kai Havertz. Havertz gets the ball across, and there's a header! Oh, just over the crossbar, sneaking in on the back post was Füllkrug, and he nearly added to his tally. It was a wonderful cross by Havertz. I think a lot of in answer to your question, Mike, I think bringing on Kai Havertz has given an extra dimension to Germany's attack. Luke, your thoughts on that?
I have a big question as to why Füllkrug wasn't starting the game, because since he's come on, him and Havertz have changed the whole complexion of this game. I mean, we'll say it before kickoff, and I'll say it again now. That is totally baffling that you'd start Thomas Muller for the first 50 or 60 minutes and then put this guy on, and now you're winning 4-2. I have no idea why you wouldn't start this guy.
Hold on, Luke. That's well, it was Musiala who got inside the defence. It went over. I'm sorry, Russ. Do finish your point. Luke, sorry.
But yeah, I could not understand why Füllkrug wasn't starting.
No, we said it, didn't we? We both said it in the off cam before the start, before we went live. I said it that Füllkrug needs to start, and I wasn't happy with the fact that he hasn't started, and you can see why, because they've made such a significant difference. The corner comes in, just hacked away there by by Borges, and Costa Rica now coming forward. And just down this side now, moving forward. Oh, it's just good challenge by Gnabry. And that was Contreras that was trying to get away. And the ball is over on the far side. It's full time there. So it's all over for Germany. Japan have won, and they will finish top of the group. Spain will finish second. Looks like Germany will finish third. And here's Matarrita. Sorry, got there in the end. Got the cross in. It was easy for Neuer. But Germany are out as it stands. And unless they can get like 5 more goals, but it's highly unlikely in the next sort of 2 minutes, it's safe to say that Germany have been eliminated for the second World Cup in a row in the first round. And I can seriously wonder what Hansi Flick will have to say at the end of this, and whether or not the German national, the Fußballbund will determine whether or not to make a change or keep Hansi Flick in his position. We'll wait and see. Here is Füllkrug now for Germany. As soon as this game is over, we're going to go over and speak to Russ on his game. And here's Havertz. Havertz gives just tried to dance inside with Sane, but it was good work by the defence of Costa Rica, and Vargas tries to bring the ball away. And here's Borges. Down this near side to Campbell. And it's down with Weston. And here is the number 22, which is Matarrita, and Germany clear up at the back. So we are almost done here. We have a minute left, and Kimmich now just plays the ball long over on the far side to Gnabry. What I will say is it's the first time in as long as I can remember Germany scoring 4 goals. I believe the last time was against Italy in the Nations League. And Musiala is fighting for this one, and it's cleared away, but not far enough to Gnabry. It comes back to Musiala. Musiala still dancing away, finally gets a shot away, but it deflects up into the hands of Navas. And Mike reckons Flick will get the sack. We'll wait and see. I'm sure there'll be an inquiry into why Germany have gone out in the first round. But I mean, these inquiries they come to an end, and generally decisions are not made at that emotional point. Usually, time is taken in the cold light of day to make the decision, and that is full time, and it is Germany going home after the first round, a 4-2 victory over Costa Rica, but Japan managed to get the job done against Spain, and the German players on their knees. They obviously very, very upset, but it really goes back to that terrible performance against Japan. It's the reason why they are on the plane back home. And we'll get Luke Turton's thoughts in a moment on this one. Let's go to Japan and Spain for Russ's report there.
Thank you very much, Paul. And in an highly controversial winner, Japan have knocked out Germany of this tournament. Because if it wasn't for that goal standing, Germany would be through this evening. Let me tell you all about it and how the goals happened. So first of all, there was a first good chance for Japan on 8 minutes when Ito turned his man nicely inside the box and put an effort just wide of the right-hand post. Then on 11 minutes, the opening goal came for Spain when Cesar Azpilicueta produced a lofted ball into the penalty from the right-hand side. Excuse me. And Alvaro Morata headed home to make it 1-0. Then, just after half-time, the substitutions were made. And one of the substitutes, Wissel Doan, who scored against Germany for Japan when Japan beat Germany, fired home inside the penalty area, inside the right-hand post with a fantastic pace and power shot. 51 minutes gone, and the ball had already gone out of play. Clearly, the entire ball had gone out of play, and the referee and the linesman, well, VAR instructed the referee and the linesman that the goal should be stood. And that was for 2-1 when Ao Tanker made it 2-1 after Mitoma played the ball back across. A fantastic ball back across from the substitute. Then, that's how the game finished. Asensio had a chance in second half stoppage time when he tried his effort from which Gonda made a brilliant save from. Then Almo latched onto a shot inside the penalty area, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and the keeper made an easy save for him as well. So the controversial Japan goal has knocked out Germany of the tournament and send Japan and Spain through. It's finished tonight, Paul. Japan 2, Spain 1 in my match this evening. Sounds like you had some drama as well later on as well, Paul.
Yeah, Nicholas Fulkrug's goal was a yard offside. I have no complaints. It would be easy for me as a fan of Germany to get very bitter, but why? They were not good enough throughout the tournament. They only showed up for this final game, really. And for large parts of this game, as Luke rightly mentioned, they looked like they were falling asleep. And I'm going to turn to Luke Turton. And Luke, do you want to just give me your review of this match?
Wow. I mean, that was impressive in one respect, but in other respects, quite disturbing with the way that Germany played. I mean, the fact that at half time, Hansi Flick took off Goretzka for Klosterman, and from that moment, they concede 2 goals. Then he puts on Havertz, and they go and score 2 goals. Then we have that offside goal that was given offside, then was actually overturned when actually I think it should have been offside. I mean, apart from the goals and everything else, Germany were poor in some respects with their play. They didn't really do anything from 1-0. and the corners were atrocious. I mean, if they've got a set piece coach, they need sacking. And I don't know, the defense is very weak, like very weak. I mean, we touched on it before the game with the amount of not having a recognised second centre back alongside Rudiger as a strong point. And I think that just shows with the way that Costa Rica managed to score their 2 goals. Neuer was embarrassing for their second goal. I mean, he's an experienced international keeper, and he basically just, gives up on it. And I'm not surprised that Germany went out at the group stages. But again, I think there's got to be a lot of work done between now and the next World Cup if Germany want to actually get anywhere near the level they actually should be playing at, because this tournament they have been absolutely woeful.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all, Luke. It's they against Japan, they was dreadful. They were a little bit better against Spain, but chances that they have missed have been absolutely scandalous. And today, the large parts of the game today, they fell asleep. Defensively, you're right about Neuer. He went for that ball. He was never going to get there. And defensively, they were not able to clear it either. I think at this point, you've got Rudiger, who is 29 now. You've got Sula, I believe, is 31, is Sula now. You've got an aging squad at this point anyway. Actually, Sula's 27. I'm sorry. But generally you've got a lot of players who would be considered as the star players. Muller, Manuel Neuer, and also Götze, who's also 30. Hoffman, who's 30. They've got. At what point do you feel they need to start rebuilding and changing things? Because even in the goalkeeping department, every single one of their goalkeepers is over 30.
I'd say right now, I mean, from this moment right now, they've got to do a proper assessment as to whether for the next tournament they can go in with some of these players and think they're going to get to at least the semi-finals, because I look at the squad that's there now and I'd say the back line isn't quick enough, isn't physical enough, doesn't put enough effort in. I mean, we're talking about Sula being 27. I mean, he didn't play like he was 27 tonight. That I thought he was poor, and you've got to say that I gave Musiala the man of the match, because to be honest, he was getting around, he was creating things, he was having shots. He's a young player, so the younger players looked better than the players that have been there for ages. So maybe it is time to just bin off the players that are now not performing and making Germany look like a total and utter embarrassment.
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty poor, I think, and I think that the German Football Federation will have to take a look at that. They're going to have to look and start looking at the way that they're doing things, because I don't think there's enough talent coming through right now. They do have some young players that, of course, will have to come again. The likes of Musiala, Adeyemi, Mokoku, Gnabry, Havertz. These are all young players in their early 20s. Bella Kotchup. These players are all going to have to come again. But honestly, just how bad were Germany in this tournament? Russ, I'd like to get your views on this.
Yes, I was just listening to the game for the disallowed goal for my game for the second goal in Japan game on my monitor from the feed I've got. And an ex-Premier League referee on there, Peter Walton, was saying, because of the cameras that they've seen there, and with the Japan plays foot over the top of the ball. The VAR can't tell whether the ball's actually gone out of play, but I could clearly see it gone out of play, and and that's why the goal was allowed to stand, even though it had clearly gone out of play. But look, I'm just looking at it again for the Japan game, and I'll come back onto your point in a minute, Paul. And you can still clearly see the ball's gone out of play. They've even, on the pictures I'm watching, they've even circled where the ball's gone out of play. And you can clearly see still it's out of play. And I still don't know why they've not given it. You can clearly see it's clearly out of play there. So I'm surprised by that decision being gone with the goal of the other game. I think with Germany, well, Luke pointed out, you've got too many older players in that squad now. And a bit like with Belgium, that we've touched upon before, and other nations, Argentina, I know they've gone through, but Argentina as well, and teams like that, or countries like that, should I say, nations like that, they've got so many aging players. Portugal is another one who could still go out tomorrow. They've got aging players like Ronaldo and that. They may end up, this may be their final World Cup tournament, and they, if they don't get rid of the managers, like Belgium manager Roberto Martinez has stepped down this evening, whoever comes in are going to have a big rebuild, because like Hazard's going to probably end up retiring. Eden, that is. Lukaku may retire from international football. So players like that may retire from international football. And so for me, whoever, say if Hansi Flick does get sacked, because I know Mike asked if that could be the thing, is then it's going to be a rebuild, and whoever comes in is going to take your time, and you're going to lose going out to the group stages the next Euros as well, Paul, Germany, and probably the next World Cup as well, till the rebuild starts taking place, and still till the players come in with the ideas for the new manager once. So it could take a bit of long time for the big nations, so-called big nations, if they lose some of the key personnel, so to speak, a bit of time before they get back up near the top of the world again. Brazil, another one, which I've not put in yet, with Neymar coming towards the end of his career as well.
Just turning our attention away from Germany just for a moment, tell me a little bit about Spain today and Japan. Do you see Japan maybe, knowing that they're facing Morocco, do you see Japan, based on what you've seen today, causing Morocco some problems? Not Morocco, sorry, Croatia.
I do, Paul. Yes, and when I've looked at it as well, you can see, Paul. Obviously, you've seen the game against Germany by Japan, and they caused Germany problems there. They caused Spain problems here. I think in the game against Costa Rica, they went into their mindset as we've already won this game after what happened against Germany, and that's why they lost that one. And then today, they knew they had to win to try and get through into the competition. So they went out trying to win to get through, because they knew if Spain had won and Germany had won, they would have been out with Costa Rica. So they knew how to go into to win to stay in the competition, and they've proven today that they can play well and they can come from behind like they've done today, like they did against Germany. So whether they go a goal behind or whether they go a goal in front, Japan, I can see Japan causing quite a few problems for Croatia in the next round. As for Spain, Paul, from what I've seen today and what I've seen in the tournament so far, only the game against Costa Rica, which you would expect, no disrespect to Costa Rica, by the way, when I say this, you'd expect a team of Spain's calibre to beat them. You expect a team of Germany's calibre to beat them as well. And based on tonight's performance, I think Morocco could give Spain a good run for their money and a good run and trying to get through in the tour and potentially knock Spain out in the next round. Just while we're waiting, just before we move on to Luke's point on this as well, Paul, just to tell people of the knockout stages games so far, we've got the Netherlands v USA, Argentina, Australia, Japan v Croatia, winners of Group G against runners up in Group H on one side of the draw, and then on the other side of the draw, is England, Senegal, France, Poland, Morocco, Spain, the winners of Group H against the winners up in Group G. So that is the draw for the knockout stages in the halves of the draw there. So that's how England. So England could get France in the next round if they get past Senegal and France get past Poland. Then they could get Morocco, Spain, or the winners of Group H, winners of Group G in the following round in the semi-finals after that. So depending on how things go, so that's the next round for this for the knockout stages, which will be finalised tomorrow evening, which will be out here on the commentary. Both Group G and H's games will be live across the channel tomorrow. Updates on one of the, and I'll tell you about those just before we end as well, Paul. So back to you for just look at the same question about Japan game in
Thanks.
Spain.
Thanks, Ross. Yes, Luke, your opinions about Japan. Can they cause Croatia problems? And what about Spain and Morocco?
I think that Japan can cause problems because they've caused problems to Spain and to Germany. Just on the goal from today, I made a point, I think, in one of the games I did earlier this week about having a kind of touchline camera, like on the goal line technology, but touchline technology as well. And I actually think the more I watch the games and the more officials get them wrong, the more convinced I am we need that sort of thing because it works for the goal line. So why can't we have exactly the same thing either side of the post to the corner? That would dispel whether the ball is over the line or not. It'd tell you if the ball was out of play or not. And it'd stop these glaringly obvious errors that are being covered up by basically excuses for people not doing their jobs properly because we can see it from here on still images and replays that that ball was out of play. So for five officials to be watching exactly the same replays and not see that ball is out of play is beyond me. As for Morocco, again, they've been pretty decent in the tournament so far too. So I think there's definitely an argument to say that the lesser ranked teams are coming definitely with a point to prove in this World Cup. Um, was your team Croatia?
Yeah, Croatia are gonna have Japan. Yeah.
Again, it all depends on whether their aging squad can cope with Japan's unpredictability. The only problem I have with Japan is I really wish they'd start their better players.
Hmm. And how do you feel about Spain's chances now? They, of course, have got Morocco. Do you feel that Morocco might have what it takes to overturn Spain?
Um, I don't know whether Spain just kind of took the foot off the gas and thought that they could just breeze through the group because they beat Costa Rica. I was going to make the point in commentary tonight that if Costa Rica turned up with the effort they had in their final two games, they'd have probably have kept their first game under 7 goals. But I think with Spain, I think because they scored the 7 goals, arguably you could say they peaked too early in the group. But now they just know they've got to go out and win every game if they want to win a tournament. So they've got to go out, they've got to perform, and Luis Enrique will be firing up his troops for the game against Morocco. I mean, Morocco have got that underdog kind of unpredictability about them, but I'm not sure whether Spain will slip up too many more times now. I think they'll get their act together and at least get past Morocco.
All right. Well, we've had before we end, I'm just going to throw one thing out to you. A comment by Mike Harneman. With 5 officials missing, do you start to think it could be corruption issue though too? I'm more open to that belief given the amount of officials that have been put in place for this World Cup. I'm more open to that, although I don't think that's what it is. Luke and Russ, just quickly before we wrap up, what do you think?
Um,
Luke, do you want to take this
I,
one first this time, mate?
yeah, I actually think it is the total ridiculous scenarios and standards of the refereeings across the world. There just isn't really a set of officials you could say are totally brilliant and they do their job without making, say, glorious errors in at least one of the games they do. It it's it's okay for the officials on the field to get things wrong. If you're watching replay after replay after replay and you're giving clear and obvious decisions the wrong way, then you're not doing your job properly. Because VAR was originally brought in to do clear and obvious errors. And if you still can't get it right after re-watching it, then there's something wrong with the standings of referees in the world. And that is a big worry.
And for me, I'm not sure if it's a corruption issue. I think it's more that maybe, see, on another day, say the VAR officials in one of the other matches that we've had in this tournament so far, they may have seen that the ball had gone out and it's clearly gone out, whereas with the player's foot over the top of the ball, whereas today's they didn't see the ball clearly out because they just saw the player's foot and thought he must have kept it in. Whereas they must have, whereas I think on the others, they would have probably gone before they made the decision. Let's look at the other angle from behind the net, see if that can tell us. Or let's have a look from eye above, see if that will tell us if it's gone out or not. Maybe they're not looking at all the different angles, all the angles that they've got on the options for them before making their decisions. I'm wondering if is that rather than the corruption into it, Paul. And I know we're going to wrap up in a second, so I'll just quickly run through who's got what we've got coming up on the channel tomorrow. We've got at 3 p.m. join JB John Stuttard back in the commentary box, and he's going to be bringing you South Korea against Portugal alongside myself from Group H at 3 o'clock, and we'll have updates with Paul James on Ghana against Uruguay. And then at 7 p.m. in the evening, join Nicholas Jones as he guides you through Cameroon against Brazil from Group G, and he'll also bring you the late other score between Serbia and Switzerland as well on that program tomorrow evening. Join both JB and myself and Paula from around about 2:40 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and then join Nicholas from round about 6:30, maybe 6:40 for the evening kickoffs in Group G. So Group H and G come to an end, and then on Saturday we'll bring you the start of the knockout rounds of the World Cup. You're listening to the Alternative Commentary. Back to Paul to round out the show.
Thanks very much, Ross, and I want to thank everybody who's listened and commented on this interesting day. We've certainly seen some fantastic action today. Despite Germany's 4-2 win, we've seen them go out, and we've seen Japan top Group E with Spain in second place. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.